What's up, Otaku fam? We are the Otaku Couple back with more reactions here for the channel with more Salmonella Academy, the Tale of Michael Malloy. I'm really enjoying going back through this Salmonella journey. We're probably gonna do a lot of his. We might even bump him up to 2 videos a week just because there's a lot to watch, and I'm enjoying it. It's a good time. It's a nice break from all the other stuff that we're currently watching here on the channel. So thank you guys for the continued support. If our energy seems off, we started CrossFit again this week, and our bodies hate us right now. I'm very tired and very sore.
Very tired.
Sore. Just no big movements are going to be happening in this video. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, because every little bit helps. And if you want to support the channel monetarily, we do have a Patreon to TV shows, animes, and movies completely uncut. Links down below in the description if you want to help out. Let's hop on in.
Let's go.
Let's see what we're learning about today, kids.
Hey kids, time for another riveting tale from the annals of history. Our story begins in New York in 1932 with a man named Michael Malloy. Not much was known about Malloy except for the following. He was around 60 years old, homeless, an alcoholic, Irish, and a former firefighter. So one day, if you guys
all of those,
very close
Irish
to being my father-in-law.
Right.
It's very close to being my father-in-law, but he is not homeless. He is a productive member of society.
And I don't think he's got Irish.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did, though.
Hanging out in the local speakeasy, including Tony Marino, the owner of the joint, and a couple of regulars by the names of Francis Pasqua and Daniel Kreisberg. And who else stumbles in but old Dusty McGee looking to get his morning fix? Marino's like, you know, I've had it up to here with that Michael Malloy character. He never pays his tabs, smells like the crevice behind an unwashed ear, harasses my clientele. Did you know the Hindenburg disaster didn't actually happen? Yeah, it was an inside job by the government to make Big Zeppelin look bad. Personally, I'm glad. One less industry controlled by the fucking Krauts.
The Hindenburg disaster doesn't happen for another 5 years, dumbass.
Ah, bite me. And every day, he ends up like that.
It doesn't even happen for another 5 years. Ah, bite me.
I wish that saying came back.
Let's bring it back.
Let's do it.
NPC 2023.
Yeah,
Hindenburg disaster doesn't happen for another 5 years, dumbass.
Ah, bite me. And every day, he ends up like that. So Pasqua's like, yikes, seems like quite the dilemma on your hands. Lucky for you, I've come up with the perfect solution.
The middle dude just
I
looks
say we deploy a ploy to destroy that unemployed Malloy. Shut up. Anyway, go on. I'll take out a life insurance policy on him. Then we let him drink as much as he wants. Obviously he's gonna kick it. I mean, look at him. No self-control. See that? He just drew from the stockpile while there's still moves to be made on the tableau. Oh, I like that joke.
Sam's like, I'm catering to all audiences, bro. Oh, I like that joke. It's like, oh god, I can't think of the comedian, but someone did a stand-up special where he just kept the joke going. And she's like, have I lost enough of you yet? I want to keep it going until 5% of you understand what I'm saying and the rest of you are confused. It's like, bro.
There's still moves to be made on the tableau. Oh, I like that joke. Then, once he's dead, we get all the money for ourselves. Win-win. The first part of the plan went through without a hitch. Pasqua took out not 1, but 3 policies on Malloy's life, with Joseph Murphy, a bartender at Marino's, posing as Malloy's brother and being named as the sole beneficiary. In total, the group stood to gain $3,576, which is like 66 grand in today's money. With all that in place, they begin the second part of the plan. Hey, Malloy. Good to see you, man. Say, what happened to your arm? Yeah, the other day I got in a fight with a goose. Got bit pretty bad. Been leaking pus for about a week now. But hey, I got the breadcrumbs. Okay, well anyway, guess what? Your tab now has unlimited credit. Oh, cool. Well, what's that mean? It means you can drink as much as you want and we can't stop you. Bet. Naturally, he orders shot after shot, and the gang happily complies. It gets to the point where Malloy's drinking way more than should be humanly possible. But instead of dropping dead or passing out, after a while he's just like, alright, see ya. Within 24 hours, he's back at it, giving his liver the equivalent of a Tyson uppercut and being no worse for wear. This went on for a few days before the boys were like, alright, we need to up the ante here, and decided to replace Malloy's typical shots with wood alcohol, otherwise known as methanol.
Bro, that is dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, I get, like, yeah, they're trying to kill him, but, like, bro, why you have to... Also, like, bear in mind, he says it's been going on for days now. You've probably already spent more... Well, I guess it's the time period it's in. They probably did... Well, no, because we're still in that time frame. They're only making $3,500 off of him. You're at some point, you're going to spend more money trying to kill him than what you're going to get back.
No, I get it.
And then you're just doing the most.
Keep in mind, as little as 4% methanol by volume is enough to make a moonshiner go blind, and just 2 shots of the pure stuff should be able to kill a man. But Malloy slammed back just as much as he normally would, totally none the wiser, and was like, still see ya. Anyway, see ya. They tried again for a few more nights, he was fine. Soaked some expired oysters in wood alcohol and fed them to him, he was fine. They gave him a sandwich made from rotten sardines and carpet tacks. Motherfucker asks for another. They were like, alright, this man's got a lead belly. There's gotta be something else we can do. So one day after he passed out, they drove him half a mile to the park, tossed him out into the snow, took off his shirt, and soaked his head and chest in water. They drive away thinking they've finally done it. But when Marino clocked in at the speakeasy the next day, Malloy's already there, just hanging out, barely even sniffling. Finally, they just said, fuck it, ran the guy down with their buddy's cab, and backed over him again for good.
Do you see where we've come from? That started off as a simple, we can get away with this. We'll make him die of alcohol poisoning. Dude, now we're just straight murdering him for real. There is no making that look like an accident.
Finally, they just said, fuck it, ran the guy down with their buddy's cab, and backed over him again for good measure. For once, Malloy didn't show up the next day. The gang was cautiously optimistic. After all, there are 60-year-olds who bite the dust just from one wrong step in the shower, let alone the force of a half-ton of steel going 50 miles an hour. They called all the local hospitals and morgues in an attempt to find where he ended up, but they couldn't get any useful information from anyone. Lo and behold, 5 days later, the guy limps his way on in once again, with a mighty thirst and little memory of the incident. The gang debated just icing some other random drunkard, because this one's the fucking juggernaut apparently.
For real?
But they decided to try one more thing before calling it quits. After Malloy went through his usual blackout routine, they took him up to Murphy's room, stuck a gas line in his mouth, wrapped a towel around his face, and turned it on. Within an hour, Malloy finally stopped breathing. After countless attempts on his life, at long last, they were successful. However, as you might have realized, the final method of murder was a far cry from the simple elegance of the original plan, which is something they never really thought about until it was too late. Hey guys, what's poppin'? My brother, Michael Malloy, is dead. Can I have money now?
Can I have money
I'm so
now?
Sorry, what happened? What? Why did the man die? Pneumonia? I see. And when can we see the body exactly? So, after a quick medical examination, the men were convicted of first-degree murder and attempted fraud, and subsequently sentenced to death by electric chair. And while the executioner flipped the switch, Malloy's ghost sat in the corner, chowing down on some antifreeze and sardine soles, just laughing his ass off. Moral of the story, life is unpredictable. That's why we have insurance for it in the first place. If you ever commit fraud against life, just know that life's gonna commit a little fraud back. Till next time, I'm Salmonella, and thank you for watching.
Do you wonder if it has to be because he was homeless, like the crap that he put in his body made him? And I'm sure drinking like he did probably made his liver steel anyway, but
there's very little explanation as to how he survived the getting run over by the car or basically being frozen to death. But the alcohol stuff makes sense because he was 60 years old and Irish. He probably was drinking at that time frame from like the time he was like 14, 15.
Did
probably
anyone
heavy.
Ever do, like, is there an actual record, like an autopsy report?
Probably, because he gets all his sources
I would be super
from
interested in figuring out, like, okay, what did you find when you opened up his body?
Because between him being Irish, very old, so that drinking habit was there for a while.
Yeah.
And he used to be a firefighter, so he was already kind of rough and tough. Yeah. So he probably, that's the only thing I can think of. They just really picked the worst person, but I guess they picked him because he was old and annoying. Yeah. But it's like, but that's the thing. It's like the horror movies, like whenever it's like, like Don't Breathe.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's like let's go focus. Like he's blind, but he's a fucking veteran. Why would you even test that?
Yeah. No,
but people are stupid. And if there's nothing else that you learn from Salmonella Academy,
that poor man,
it's that people are stupid.
Got frozen to death.
And run over twice.
Death, and then ran over to death.
After fighting
and then came
goose.
Back.
It said
Lazarus.
Then fucking Juggernaut. That's who that is. Thank you guys for the continued support. Put a W down in the comments for Michael Malloy. We will see you for the next video.
Bye.
Bye.